Imagine a beautiful day in the mountains. The sun is shining and the snow is sparkling. People are excited to ride the cable car up to the sky. But something incredible is about to happen that no one saw coming. This is a true story that will make you think about how one small decision can change many lives forever. On a chilly day in February 1998, a group of U.S. Marine pilots had a crazy idea. They were supposed to be practicing flying their big plane in the Italian mountains. But instead of following the rules, they decided to have some fun. These pilots were far from home, feeling adventurous, and thought a little excitement wouldn't hurt anyone. Little did they know, their choice would lead to a day that no one would ever forget. The pilots flew their plane super low, almost like they were playing a video game. They zoomed past trees and mountains, laughing and having a great time. The plane they were flying was called a Prowler. It was big and powerful, usually used for important missions, but today it was being used for a dangerous game. The pilots felt the rush of excitement as they dipped and dived through the air. They thought they were invincible, masters of the sky, but they didn't know that their fun was about to turn into something very scary. Not far away, 20 happy people were riding in a cable car. They were going up the mountain to ski and enjoy the day. There were families with children, couples in love, and friends laughing together. Some were on vacation, taking a break from their busy lives. Others were locals who knew these mountains like the back of their hand. All of them were looking forward to a day of fun in the snow. These people had no idea that danger was flying right towards them. Suddenly, the pilot's plane got too close to the cable car. In a blink of an eye, it hit the cable holding up the car. The sound was like a loud thunder crack. Everyone in the cable car felt a huge jolt. At first, they didn't understand what was happening. Some thought it was just a strong wind. Others knew right away that something was terribly wrong. The pilots in the plane felt the impact too. For a moment, they weren't sure what they had hit, but soon the horrible truth would become clear to everyone. The cable snapped like a tiny string. The cable car with all the people inside started to fall. It was like a nightmare coming true for everyone inside. Imagine being in a small room that suddenly starts dropping from the sky. The people inside were scared and confused. Some held on to each other, while others called out for help. But there was nothing anyone could do. The ground was coming up fast, and time seemed to slow down for those terrifying moments. As soon as people heard what happened, brave rescue workers raced to the mountain. They hoped they could save someone, anyone. Helicopters flew in, carrying doctors and climbers. People on the ground grabbed first aid kits and started climbing up the snowy slopes. Everyone was working together, hoping against hope that they weren't too late. These rescuers were true heroes, risking their own safety to try and help others. The rescuers found that all 20 people in the cable car had died. It was a very sad day for everyone. Families lost their loved ones because of one silly mistake. The rescuers, who had worked so hard to get there quickly, felt heartbroken. They wished they could have done more. The whole area, which was usually full of happy skiers, became quiet and somber. People hugged each other and cried, thinking about the lives that were lost. After this terrible event, everyone wanted to know, how did this happen? Was it really just an accident, or did the pilots do something wrong on purpose? Investigators came from all over to look at what happened. They studied the broken cable car, the plane, and even the weather that day. They talked to witnesses who had seen the plane flying low. Everyone had questions, but the answers weren't easy to find. The pilots said they didn't mean to fly so low. They said their maps were wrong, and they didn't know they were that close to the ground. Some people believed them, thinking it was just a terrible accident. Others weren't so sure. They thought the pilots should have been more careful, especially when flying such a big plane in the mountains. The pilots had to go to court. It was like a big, serious game of who did it? Everyone wanted to know if the pilots would be punished for what happened. The courtroom was full of people every day. There were lawyers arguing, witnesses telling what they saw, and judges was the right decision because it really was just a terrible accident. The town near where the accident happened was never the same. The people there felt sad for a long time. How you see the world.